Welcome back to the Boys and Ball podcast, where we talk the latest in sports. This week, we're talking about football. Let's go.
Well, since he's a little bit generic with it, this is our NFL segment, and we're glad to have you back. We want to talk about Zach Wilson getting benched.
Oof, yes.
Everyone's kind of riding high on him, and then earlier today, reports came out that they're benching Zach Wilson, they're starting Mike White, and then we also heard a wild rumor that Geno Smith could throw his 150 passes into the stands, and he'd still have a better QBR than Zach Wilson. What's going on over there? The kid was a number 2 pick. Like, what's going on?
Right, let me tell you about these Jets, right? Okay. So I feel like this kind of occurred whenever Zach Wilson did not take accountability in an interview that he had post game. They asked him, "Do you think you failed your defense by only putting up 3 points?" And he said, "No, absolutely not. I don't feel like I failed my defense." He's not stepping up and taking accountability for his actions in the game, and it's really rubbing the team the wrong way, and it's making people not as high on Zach Wilson.
Yeah, absolutely. Your quarterback is supposed to be a leader on the field, and if you can't be a leader in the locker room, like, you can't trust the kid.
Yeah.
The other big thing for Zach Wilson, really, when you look at his stats, if he has a clean pocket and he's not getting pressured, he is a good quarterback. But on the plays where he gets pressured, he is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. And so when you play against someone who, like Belichick, who knows your weaknesses, is going to go after those weaknesses every single play, you're going to have a bad game. And like when that happens, it's fuck.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah.
There an ad started playing on the ESPN shit I have open, and it was like I saw the sign, and it fucking completely threw me off because I thought that was someone's like cell phone ringing in the background.
But you wanted to sing along, didn't you?
I didn't want to sing along, but I was like, whose fucking cell phone has that fucking ringtone? Okay.
Dan, keep this in.
Oh, this is staying in. I hope
you know, it just be like that sometimes.
This is a raw, uncut take.
yeah. But like, hey, when Zach Wilson is pressured, not a good quarterback. Belichick's going to go after your weaknesses every single play. They will bring a lot of pressure, a lot of exotic blitzes. You definitely saw Zach Wilson was wildly uncomfortable in that game, had a horrific game, and then the reporter gave you a layup. Did you let your defense down? You go in there, whether you believe it or not, whether you're ignorant enough to say no, you still say yes. You put that accountability on you, whether it was your fault or not. I mean, in this case, it was his fault, but you take that accountability and you say, yeah, that's my fault. Like, I'm going to get better. But maybe it was just the frustration from the game that just had him already in a bad mood and, whatever. But you got to take accountability for that. You can't say no, not my fault. Next question. Like, it was clearly your fault. You completed 9 passes.
Yeah.
That was a missed leadership moment right there.
Yeah, one of the big things is their season isn't over at this point, but this is definitely something that could derail the Jets season and keep them out of the postseason with attitude like that, and switching quarterbacks once again. It's tough. You want to see a team succeed, but when you have players not taking accountability, not being responsible for what's happening,
I don't know, man. Mike White kind of nasty. Just saying, like
he had one good game.
Yeah. One game.
This is something that a lot of even like draft analysis on Zach Wilson said that he's very arrogant, that teammates don't always like him, and if he hasn't matured at this point in the NFL, he's probably not going to. And if you're gonna alienize yourself from your teammates and start making your teammates mad, which was some of the reports out of there that a lot of the teammates are fed up with Zach Wilson, you're not going to be in the NFL very long.
Yeah. That kind of attitude is not going to turn into a long NFL career.
Yeah. So, something else I saw pop up across my ESPN feed was I saw that apparently Aaron Rodgers has been playing with a broken thumb since week 5 in London. I guess he broke his thumb when they were over there in London. Do you think that has any, like, obviously I get the thumb's important for someone throwing football, and he says he's not considering surgery. He's not, even after the season, he's not considering it. Are we saying like a downward spiral for like Aaron Rodgers? He's lost a bunch of games. He had a couple games recently where he looked solid, but for the most part, this is probably one of the worst Aaron Rodgers seasons we've had. Is this thumb in effect, or is the thumb the cause for this, or are we just seeing Aaron Rodgers completely fall apart?
I think the thumb plays a part into it because you do see him missing throws that Aaron Rodgers does not miss
Yeah.
that have been the staple. And it's not, an age thing that, oh, he's just underthrowing balls. Like, no, you see him overthrowing some receivers, that just stuff that you just don't see from Aaron Rodgers. So that can definitely be playing a part into it. But in the end, Papa Perk is just gonna have to, take some extra juice and play through it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get back into it, definitely. Yeah, no, I want to see him do better, but it's tough whenever he's got some rookie receivers. I mean, Christian Watson looked a lot better in that Tennessee Titans game. But it's glad to see that the kids continue to perform. I feel like there's still gonna be a learning curve with Aaron Rodgers. Like, he hits Randall Cobb and Robert Tonyan a whole bunch, over the middle, but yeah, those are like only two consistent targets.
Yeah, I mean, Christian Watkins has definitely come on the past couple of weeks, though. It seems like him and Aaron Rodgers have that connection, and Rodgers has been playing better, like at least the past 2 weeks. You're seeing a little bit of a better play from Aaron Rodgers, so maybe he is starting to get a little healthier. But I mean, he has not had a good year this year, and I would like to say hopefully it is his thumb that's been holding him back, because I mean, this is one of the all-time great quarterbacks, and you don't want to see just an absolute fall off like this.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can turn around next season, because obviously they're at this point, they have a chance of making the playoffs, but I think it's slim to none. I think you're going to see the top teams in the NFC continue to stay at the NFC.
Here's my hot take. I do not think you will see this Green Bay Packers team make it back to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
I mean, that's probably a fair point.
I mean, probably not. They could get back there with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, but they're going to need some more help on that team all the way around.
It's going to be a lot of veteran signing. They're not going to have, I don't think they're going to have like some crazy rookie within the next year or two that help, propel Aaron Rodgers to the Super Bowl.
Well,
they're
going to have two good picks right now.
You go ahead and you tell me the last time a quarterback getting paid what Aaron Rodgers is won a Super Bowl. I'll wait.
I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks making more money than him. So,
well, yeah, but the amount of money that he gets allocated for the Green Bay Packers salary cap is usually amongst the highest every year. And teams paying quarterbacks that amount of money do not win a lot of Super Bowls.
I mean, we'll have to see, because it looks like some of the best teams in the AFC that are going to compete for Super Bowls every year have quarterbacks making more money than that. So,
all right. So, I want to talk about, a little AFC West. We had a couple teams that are pretty injured and got some key players out. How did the Chargers look going forward, especially with Mike Williams going back out, with an ankle injury? So that's their start. I mean, yeah, Jay Herbo hit, Jordan Palmer for a couple touchdowns in their game against the Chiefs, but they're really missing those two star receivers, and I feel like it's kind of slowing the Chargers down. Do you think this affects their playoff push, or do you think those guys are going to be able to come back in a couple weeks and help that team push towards that, that 7 seed? That's probably where they're end up going to be.
I think they can still make a run at the playoffs. This is still a pretty good team. They're playing a lot of close games. It's just, Keenan Allen was on a snap count, so he was only playing a little bit in that game. And when he did play, he was making big plays. But I mean, the Chargers defense needs to get healthy.
Yeah. Is Joey Bosa back? Yeah, I didn't see. I don't know if he's been playing. I know that's a huge factor for them.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Khalil Mack is back, but yeah, Joey Bosa's still out. I mean, you have J.C. Jackson is done. So, I mean, the defense is definitely hurt. You need Joey Bosa back if you're going to make a run. So
yeah.
they need him to get healthy quick, and they got to get better run defense. I mean, their run defense is awful, and you have a team in the Chiefs that hadn't had a 100-yard rusher in over a year run for over 100 yards with one player and 100, basically 170 as a team. That just shows the Chargers' run defense is atrocious. And in the end, once we start getting to this cold weather football where we're getting, if you don't have run defense, you're going to lose games.
Yeah, because people, aren't going to want to throw the ball as much. They're going to want to ground and pound, and it's easy to hold on to the football that way.
Right, right. So I mean, I think the Chargers have a lot of work to do. They're going to have to figure something out, or else it's going to be a team that should have been able to compete that's going to miss the playoffs.
All right. So, we're going to talk about another team. They're definitely not making the playoffs this year, but the Colts. I mean, not the Colts. The Carolina, Arizona Cardinals team is seeming like they're falling apart. Kyler Murray is not playing. He's headed in the right direction. In his recovery, but Colt McCoy's limited. That means they're probably putting the Penn State legend Trace McSorley in this week. They got a lot of their receivers who are not playing. Marquise Brown is hurt. Greg Dortch is hurt. Rondell Moore is hurt. What does this mean for this team?
I mean, this team is falling apart. They're in a bad shape because the defense is not what it has been in years past when they had like Chandler Jones. So the defense is not as good, and this offense can't run the ball.
One thing I was thinking about is, are we maybe going to see some of these like stars try to move out of Arizona? Like you got Isaiah Simmons on the defensive side of the ball. I'm not saying that he's necessarily a top tier player yet, but like he competed at some of those high levels at Clemson. I think he's still itching for some of that championship action. Maybe him and Kyler, you're going to see players like that leave. Like there was word that Buda Baker was upset with what's happening. Maybe you can see some players like that who really want to ring, maybe, leave and try to go find another place where they're more of a contender than Arizona.
I think there's a possibility that you could see the Cardinals go into a rebuild. It doesn't look like Cliff Kingsbury is going to be there next year. He has disconnect with especially Kyler. So unless you get rid of Kyler, Cliff's gone, and you just gave Kyler a bag. So I don't really see them letting go of Kyler. I think you could possibly see them move on from like Buda and like JJ Watt and try to trade those guys for some picks, just to try to rebuild. But this is a team that's not in great shape. They're struggling.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised. I guess I could see Buda Baker getting moved next year or something like that.
Yeah, I mean he's not old, but he's not young. He's definitely a solid veteran, but he is approaching his final couple years of his contract, and he's gonna need a bag if they're gonna keep him in Arizona, just because you're not. He doesn't have the promise of a ring to play for, where a lot of people will take a pay cut, so he's probably going to want to, get a little bit more money out of the team so in order to stay. But
yeah,
so he's a player that you could see, the Cardinals moving on from, just because they're not going to want to pay him, or he's not going to want to stay there,
True.
Yeah.
Dan, how about your Patriots? I mean, 3-3 against the Jets for a majority of the game, and you get saved off of a punt return for a touchdown that should have had an illegal block in the back. One of the most egregious penalties I have not seen called.
Isn't that the Patriots way, though? That's the Patriots way. Slip the ref a couple 20s in his pocket, get the game called your way. It's Patriots football. That's what it is. No, but it definitely sucks to see that our offense really isn't clicking. We brought in Devontae Parker. We drafted a stud in Tyquan Thornton, who really hasn't performed well. He's played some, but he's been hurt and has, Jacoby Myers was really good last year. Kendrick Bourne was really good last year. And they're just, our receivers aren't doing good. Rondell Stevenson, he's playing good, but, he can't do everything. He's not a Nick Chubb or, Saquon Barkley, who can be the entire focus of the offense. He's a one-dimensional back. He can get a couple catches, but
what does this say about the Patriots as a whole? Because I mean, obviously the Jets are a borderline playoff team, just like the Patriots are. But you held a quarterback to 9 completions for the game, and your offense could do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look good for us. Like, I definitely think that if we make the playoffs, we're probably going to see an early exit. That defense is probably going to hold other team to, say 14, maybe 17 points. But, I think you're going to see like a 17-10 game from the team, just because, Mac Jones really isn't clicking with the receivers. And I don't know if it's, I know they tried switching to like a Kyle Shanahan offense this year, but you really haven't seen it help Mac Jones any. Like, he's still having his struggles where he's only thrown at 5 to 15 yard range. There's not a lot of deep balls. Like, occasionally, you'll see, he'll hit Nelson Aguilar deep on the streak. But other than that, like, we're really not seeing any like big shots from our quarterback like we saw with Tom and Gronk. Like, there just really is no connection to some receiver or Edelman over the middle with Tom.
I
Hey,
mean,
Dan,
is
I've
it
got a
time to put
question
in
for
Bailey
you.
Zappi?
Dan, I've got a question for you. It's been a while since I've asked you this. Is Mac Jones the new Drew Bledsoe?
I don't know. See. I don't know, because I mean, Bailey Zappi had a good couple of games for the Patriots, but I feel like he still has a lot of issues to work with. Whereas is Tom really was like when he came into the league, I think he had a lot more knowledge of the game than Bailey Zappi does. Where because he played for Michigan, he played in that Big Ten, so he's a little bit better trained than Bailey Zappi is. Who Bailey Zappi kind of just threw all over Western Kentucky, for Western Kentucky all over all the teams they played. They're not Big Ten competition. But I think we might see Mac Jones definitely, see maybe have to fight for the job this offseason. Definitely, I think they're going to stick with Mac Jones the rest of the year. But I definitely think there's going to be a lot more talk next year for Bailey Zappi to be the starting quarterback instead of Mac Jones.
Well, another quarterback whose his job's not necessarily on the line, but might not be with his respected team next year, who's been struggling as of late. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens won 13-3 over the Panthers and did not look good doing it. Do the Ravens
rough
pay
one.
Lamar with the struggles the past couple weeks?
See, this is like our buddy Jesse, who's seen on the podcast, always jokingly said that Russell Wilson is a 1/2 of a season player. And I'm kind of seeing like a similar trend with Lamar Jackson, where it seems like he has this big stretch of games, like right in the beginning of the season, where he does he throws for a ton of yards, he rushes for almost 100 yards a game, and then he hits about mid-season, and then he can't complete a pass. He's not scrambling anymore, or if he is scrambling, it's for like a 5-yard gain. He's not breaking these big 20, 30-yard runs. So I really do wonder, like, I agree with you. Like, I wonder if Lamar's job is on the line. He might not be re-signed because he's going to want a bag. He's not coming in for cheap. Like, he's not
He
coming in,
wants, from what I've heard, he wants a similar contract to what Deshaun Watson got.
which, he's not, he's not Deshaun Watson. He's not going to, I don't think he's going to get a similar contract to him. So,
Do you know who would give him that kind of money?
the Giants,
No. Do you know who likes scrambling quarterbacks a whole lot?
who?
The Eagles, if they want to bail on Jalen Hurts.
They're not going to bail on Jalen Hurts with the season that they're having.
It's not these past 2 seasons.
Not unless they completely fall apart the rest of the year and then are a first round exit. That's
Yeah.
just,
Or Lamar to the Dolphins. I would support Lamar to the Dolphins.
again, Tua's playing too well for them to
Yeah.
move on from.
I disagree. He's left-handed, so he's worse.
I think you might see, like I feel like the Jets are probably in the market for a quarterback this offseason. They're definitely, maybe Carolina. Those are some teams that come to my mind right away that are actually probably, would be willing to pay a quarterback.
Maybe the Falcons.
Maybe the Falcons if they don't, decide to keep Marcus Mariota. But I mean, they do have Desmond
Did they
Ritter
draft a
behind.
quarterback? Yeah,
they
they drafted Desmond Ritter, right?
Yeah, but they didn't draft them till later.
Yeah, so again, he's probably just a backup in their mind.
I think he
maybe.
was like a 3rd round pick. So I mean, a 3rd round pick is not guaranteed. Like, oh, he's the next guy up. Like, it was like, okay, let's see what the kid has.
Yeah, it's like, well,
But I
this
mean,
is
we
the
don't
best.
know what they've seen in practice or from him in training camp and preseason and everything. Like, they might not like the kid.
Yeah. He might just sit on their bench for 3 years and they'll get rid of him.
Well, that is definitely,
Yeah.
definitely a possibility.
But another goat who is going to buy another pair of Jordans. Taylor Heineke gets another dub. The Washington Commanders are now above 500.
Hell yeah. What
Yeah.
division are they in?
The NFC least.
You mean the NFC Beasts, where everyone's got a winning record in this bitch?
I mean, isn't that team, aren't they starting to struggle a little bit? The Giants, their quarterback kind of got back to old form, really
Hey,
showed,
all I'm
hey,
saying-
if you
hey,
ask me to
all I'm
throw for
saying
300
is-
yards, I'm also going to guarantee you multiple picks. The Commanders have struggled a lot this season. The Eagles haven't looked good the past couple weeks. I mean, was it a fluke just because their division was so bad they got just such a horrendously easy schedule?
I don't know, man. I feel like because everyone in our division has a winning record, we're all playing the most elite football in the league.
Dan, what happened to your boy, Kirk Cousins?
I don't want to talk about it.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
I mean,
What happened to Kirk Thuggins, bro?
what happened?
What happened to
got
Kirk Cochains,
smacked.
bro? The
Yeah.
Cowboys bent them over their knee.
I mean, it was ugly.
That was
40-3.
Yeah.
What
We're gonna
hap-
get
what
beat
happened
up
to your
on
boy?
that bad.
I mean, let me know, Dan. What is happening in Minnesota right now?
I don't know. I think they decided that they were taking a day off. That's what I'm guessing, because they realized that they had to play a better team in 4 days. Tomorrow, which is the New England Patriots on Thanksgiving. So
I mean,
Oh,
because one of their players was recorded at the start of the game saying, "It's a great day to be 9-1."
why
They did, in fact, not improve to 9-1.
What? That's like almost as bad as Mr. Boosie saying next question. That's like
I cannot wait for our pickems.
that's what falls in in that category. Saying that you're gonna have a better record that day before you play. Next question, and getting a tattoo of being a Super Bowl champion before the season starts. Those are all in the same pile. They're just things you just don't say or don't do.
Dan, don't tell me how to live my life.
You went 0-2 last week. I don't want to hear it.
You doubled
I'll
down
get-
on it and went 0-2.
Or I double down and went 0-2, and I'll double down and go 0-2 again this week. We'll keep a running count.
Oh, man.
All right.
I'll do one. I'll do one. I'll do one in the NFC and one in the AFC every week.
Oh my God.
All right.
If anyone's watching this is gambling, do not bet on those teams whenever he says next question.
If you ever hear Mr. Boosie say next question to a team you think is going to win, change your bet.
Put your life saving on the other team, do it. It's gonna be a lock.
Because as of right now, the kid forces L's.
The Boyz and Ball podcast is not responsible for any things that you may lose when you're deciding to bet your entire home on my picks. Please don't do that.
That is definitely
I mean, so going into this week, I mean, it's Thanksgiving week. Thanksgiving football. These games are always a little fun, but I don't feel like we have as good of matchups as we normally do. I mean, the Lions always play on Thanksgiving Day, but they're playing the Bills.
yeah.
The Bills are playing in Detroit back-to-back weeks.
I expect an absolute slaughter.
Did they even
I
leave?
expect a slaughter fest there.
I don't know. I don't see why you would have. I mean,
You just go rent a facility out for the week. Just stay up there and play. You're playing in a dome.
yeah, you played on Sunday and then you're playing on Thursday in Detroit. Like, why leave? You don't need to.
Yeah, just hang out in Detroit for a couple days.
Because if you fly home, you got to then turn around 2 days later and fly back. Like, there's no point.
Yeah, no, no, but yeah, these are some weird games. I feel like it also feels weird not seeing the New Orleans Saints playing on Thanksgiving. I feel like they've been a staple these past couple of weeks. These past couple of years. Especially seeing Mark Ingram. Just eating the food up. After Thanksgiving games.
Eating the turkey legs. Yeah.
Eating the turkey legs.
I feel like this is gonna be 3 slaughter games though. Because
Yeah.
we have Lions, Bills, Cowboys, Giants, Vikings, Patriots.
It's bold of you to think that the Giants are going to slaughter the Cowboys, JT. That's wild.
That's almost what I meant. But if we're going that way, then I might as well just go to the other extreme, and we can just start talking about how Dak Prescott's the best quarterback in the league.
Facts.
All right.
Okay,
yeah.
so now that we're saying egregious things, we can talk about Micah Parsons is going to make Daniel Jones throw. I mean, he threw a pick to Aiden Hutchinson.
Hey, it
That's
happens, man.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like he batted the ball at the line and picked it. Like, you threw a pick to Aiden Hutchinson, who dropped into coverage.
What do you want? Aiden Hutchinson's a linebacker.
I don't think that's true. But the fun stat from Aiden Hutchinson this year, he has more picks than Sauce Gardner, and he has more sacks than Kayvon Thibodeau and Trayvon Walker combined.
That's pretty wild.
So
It is a
That's
lot.
a that's a wild stat line right there.
Yeah, I definitely think that pick that Daniel Jones threw to him, I think kind of propelled him into that maybe that leader for that DROI.
defensive rookie of the year, yeah. I mean, give it to Hutch. He's playing. The kid's a monster.
Yeah, Detroit needs something. You know,
Give him something. I mean, I think Jamison Williams played last week too.
did
No, I might be wrong on that.
Or is he
Or
coming
maybe
back? Yeah,
maybe it was Jamal Williams, and it made my brain go stupid.
well, your brain is stupid. So
Yeah, it made my brain go stupid. Jamison Williams did in fact not play.
Checks out. Checks out.
But
yeah.
I just feel like this is a Vikings Cowboys Bills day, and it's we're used to some good football, and I don't think we're gonna get it.
Well, you're telling me that you don't think my Patriots can score more than 3 points against the Minnesota Vikings?
I think from watching that game last week that I would be shocked if the Vikings don't come out here pissed off and the Patriots play a very similar game to what they did last week and they put up 7 to 10 points.
Yeah, and the Minnesota Viking puts up 6, 2 field goals. What do you expect?
I just don't think it's gonna happen. I just, I think your favorite team's going down, and I think your favorite team's going down. Okay.
I'm gonna have to
And in the
respectfully
end,
disagree.
In the end, the only one of our teams that's gonna win this week is gonna be the Browns, and we're taking down Tom Brady.
So now we're just saying the most outlandish things. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just facts.
Well, okay. Well, talking about your Browns, I know it's a week out, but what's the rumor mill on how Deshaun Watson's looking? He comes back not this week, but the following week.
So everything out is that Deshaun Watson looks fantastic, that he looks way better than he did in the preseason. That he looks like the Deshaun Watson that played in Houston. So if that's what we get, maybe we make a little run here. We're not going to make the playoffs. Our team sucks. Okay. But give me a little hope riding into next year. And let's not give the Houston Texans a top 8 pick, please.
Yeah, that pick just became so much more valuable because of how bad you guys played.
Yeah. I thought we'd be closer to 500 than 3-7. I thought we would be like 5-5 somewhere.
No, you guys are always the same old Browns, man. Can't escape it.
Yeah, but you're gonna be the same old Giants when you give Daniel Jones $40 million a year. So
Bro, I hate that so much because I know we're gonna do it. I hate that you say it because I know we're gonna do it.
Are you ready for your second quarterback? Yeah, second generational quarterback to go for 500 for a career.
Yeah, but we're
Dude,
talking.
all I'm
It's
saying
not a
is-
generational quarterback. It's the Giants franchise quarterback who is just mid as fuck.
No. It's not a generational
you-
talent.
hey,
It's
hey,
a
hey,
generational
hey,
because
hey,
the whole
hey,
generation
hey.
has to suffer through Daniel Jones.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
You guys be nice to Daniel Jones. Hey, that man has posted the highest passer rating so far this year. So you put some respect on that.
That's
man's name.
fantastic. He's throwing the ball 4 times a game. And the one
That's not the
game he's
point.
been asked to throw the ball 25 times. Oh, he hit 300 yards, but he also threw 2 picks and didn't have a touchdown pass.
Yeah, it's Eli Manning as fuck. What do you want from him?
Yeah, I can't wait for you to have to live
We
another
want
8 to 10
mediocre
years.
or nothing at all.
I can't wait for you to have another 8 to 10 years of Daniel Jones being so mid and then somehow winning you 1 Super Bowl off the back of everyone else other than him. It will make my life complete.
Yeah,
Because
It'll make my
I don't
life
live
complete
off
too.
of the Browns' success because the Browns aren't successful. I live off of other fan bases' misery. I hope that you suffer under Daniel Jones.
I hope we do as well. But you know what? If we win 1 Super Bowl out of it, it will still be more than your team has in this decade.
Hey, not only that, we haven't even been to the Super Bowl. What are you talking about? We've never been to
Exactly.
the Super Bowl. So what do you mean this decade?
Talk to me when you get an AFC championship banner.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, our division is in complete trash every, 9 out of every 10 years.
Hey, our whole division is above 500. I don't want to hear
Yeah,
this.
this is the magical one year every decade.
That's not the point.
I think
I
it is
have
the point.
our team has plenty of AFC championship banners.
Dan, shut up. Your team's trash. No, just kidding. Just
Don't get me
blame
started on the
everybody.
Patriots. The Patriots have the greatest GM of all time, not the greatest coach of all time.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa, you're throwing shade at Belly.
yeah. What's his record without Tom Brady, Dan?
Better than the Browns?
I mean, his record with the Browns wasn't very good, was it?
Oh no, awful in Browns.
So all I'm saying is,
Cleveland
and-
hated him.
it's almost like he needs Tom Brady to be able to win those bowls. So
Hey, his record with the Giants was pretty good, just saying.
shut up.
Ugh.
I hope you walk out of your apartment and a kid hits you in the shin with his scooter.
I'm pretty sure he was a Super Bowl winning coach on our staff.
Yeah, I think it was special teams, but
Let's jump into the pick'ems, boys.
Pick up
Thursday night, or I guess
No,
Thursday
no.
games.
Thursday
Thanksgiving,
afternoon at
we got
12:30.
Bills Lions. Who's y'all got? I got Bills. Next question. See, when I say it, it's not ignorant.
Bill. I'll take the Bills
Okay.
I'll
over these
Bills.
Detroit Lions.
Okay. Cowboys Giants in Arlington. Home game for the Cowboys.
Yeah. So I'm still gonna take the New York Football Giants here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I think
saying
this is gonna be a close game. I think this is gonna be like a 31-28 kind of game.
I'm staying ignorant. I'm still taking the Giants.
Fantastic.
Let's
I'm
go,
going
Dan.
Cowboys.
High five, bro.
We're going Cowboys. Micah Parsons. Let's go. All right. And then the night game. Patriots are at the Vikings. Vikings bounce back. Vikings get the dub.
Pats all day, baby. Pats all day.
I'm gonna ride with the Vikings. Sorry, Daniel.
Can I get a next question, please? All right. What we got for Sunday? What's going on Sunday?
1 o'clock matchup. Tampa Bay is traveling to Cleveland. Give me the Browns. I haven't picked the Browns in a while. Just give me the Browns.
I'll take a Tampa. I'll take Tampa. In
I'm
this
also
matchup.
gonna take Tampa Bay in this matchup as well.
Okay. All right. The next game. The Cincinnati Bengals are traveling to the Tennessee Titans.
Ooh.
A rematch of the AFC Championship game, huh?
And give me the Bengals.
That's a tough one. I think I'm gonna take Tennessee in this matchup.
I think I'm gonna ride with the Bengals as well. No, I'm gonna take Tennessee. I'll take Tennessee in this matchup.
All right.
Yeah, we'll ride with Daniel. We'll take Tennessee.
All right. The next 1 o'clock game Sunday. Houston at Miami. I'm going Miami. Houston's trash.
Give me the Dolphins as well.
I'm also gonna take the Dolphins.
Okay. Next 1 o'clock game, Chicago Bears against Mike White and the Jets.
Jets. Next question.
All right, give me the Chicago Bears.
Give me the Chicago Bears. All right.
That is the AFC pick for the week.
All right. Next game, Atlanta at the Washington Commanders. Falcons Commanders.
Give me Taylor Heineke. Give me Taylor Heineke and the Commanders.
I think
We'll
I'm gonna
take these
roll with Heineke
Commanders.
as well. Yeah.
I'll take these Commanders.
Okay. Oh, here's a fun.
Wait, hold on. You realize if the Commanders win, that does tie them with you if you lose, or right? Are they six? No, they're five. Yeah,
They're 6 and 5. Yeah.
no, they're one.
no.
No, but you'll have the same number of wins though, because
Yeah.
So you realize that it makes you guys a lot closer if they win. All right, continue.
It's fine. It's whatever.
A little bottom of the barrel matchup. The Denver Broncos are traveling to North Carolina to play the Carolina Panthers.
I know PJ Walker was suffering with some being banged up a little bit.
I mean,
So-
Baker played last week.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
Give me Denver.
Yeah,
Give
give
me
me Denver.
Denver.
Panthers are a little bit banged up right now, and I don't like it.
I'll take Denver.
Okay. All right. The last 1 o'clock game, Baltimore Ravens at Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah,
Give me the Ravens
Lamar might
here.
not be playing good, but they're still winning.
Yeah, they're still better than the Jags. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I'll take the Ravens here too.
Okay. Here's we got some two struggling teams. Little division matchup. 4:05 kickoff. Los Angeles Chargers traveling to the Arizona Cardinals.
Mm.
Give me the Chargers here. I think this Chargers team is going to play better than the Cardinals team without Kyler Murray.
Well, the Cardinals can't run the ball, and the Chargers can't stop the run, but they're decent against the pass. I think that is a perfect mixture for a 17-point Chargers win.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take the Chargers here. You know,
Oh, did I say this was a division matchup? Am I dumb?
you
yeah,
are.
I wasn't going to correct. I wasn't going
No,
to correct
yeah,
you.
it just hit me. Completely different conferences, let alone divisions.
It just you,
I
just
will-
so you know, if
I
you don't
wasn't
think
going to
there,
correct you.
if there won't be a little pop up over his head, there will be a pop up.
Yeah, but I corrected
Okay.
it, so I mean, is it that bad? Las Vegas Raiders at the Seattle Seahawks.
Mm.
Raiders coming off the OT dub versus Geno Smith, the dark horse MVP candidate.
Give me Geno.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take Geno Smith.
I mean, I feel like I've picked the Raiders every week this season, and there's just no point in stopping now.
And they've let you down every week too.
Not last week. Raiders by 1,000.
All right.
Raiders by 1,000. Okay.
All right, the next one. This should be a really fun game to watch for one team. The Los Angeles Rams are playing at Arrowhead against the Chiefs.
Mm.
And I'm going Chiefs here, and I don't think it's really gonna be a close game.
I'm going to take the Chiefs as well. I think Patty Mahomes is going to come out there and make Jalen Ramsey look like a fool.
You're getting the Chiefs too. I'm gonna take the Chiefs. You know, Stafford's not expected to play this week, so you know that's a big downside for the Rams.
Yeah, I mean they have what, 3 wins on the year? Like, this is not the same team.
No.
Cooper Cup's out, Stafford's out.
They went all in last year. They got it, but they went all in last year.
Last 4 o'clock kickoff. New Orleans Saints at San Francisco 49ers.
Give me the 49ers here. I think they're going to be riding a little high off that big win in Arizona. Jimmy G played pretty good. Deebo Samuel played pretty good. George Kittle played pretty good. All these guys can start finding a little bit of a groove. They can probably coast and probably win the division.
All right. JT.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going Niners.
All right, I'm throwing a curveball in. I'm thinking the Saints. I think Andy Dalton has looked electric last week, and I think that the Red Rifle is making a resurgence, and he's going to beat them 49ers with their game manager Jimmy Garoppolo.
Dan, I think you're wrong. And that's
He
all I
did
have to
have
say
what, 4
about that.
touchdown passes last game, so
Yeah.
he did look nasty. The 8 p.m. game, Green Bay at Philadelphia. Mr. Brucey, I feel like you have something to say here. I feel like you made some wild comments
We'll double down.
beforehand.
We'll double down. We're gonna double down. We're gonna go Green Bay next question.
Okay, all right, we got it. Just hold on for Eagles.
Give me these Green Bay Packers.
And we're taking Eagles with this one.
All right.
As soon as you said it, I was like, "Oh shit, I've got to say it."
All right, then the
Like, if not,
Monday
we just
night
gotta clip
game.
over it anyway.
The Monday night game, maybe one of the biggest shit licking contests this season. Pittsburgh Steelers at Indianapolis Colts. This could be a fun one. This could be a 13-10 game.
A George Pickens breakout game, maybe.
Absolutely not. And just because you said that, Indianapolis Colts. We're riding.
I'm saying the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers
I'm
let me
gonna
down
take
last
the-
week.
I know they did.
I think I'm going to take these Pittsburgh Steelers as well.
Okay.
All right. Well, this has been the Boys and Ball podcast. If you like what you see, don't forget to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.